So I just got in the car because I'm heading out to Croydon. Nick and I are looking at a house. We've already looked at it, but we're looking at it again. Yeah, so I've just got in my car and I've realised I've left my saxophone on the back seat for a week. So I'm not long home from work. My dad's at work tonight and my mum's got something on, so I'm just cooking some dinner for myself. So I'm just defrosting some meat in the microwave, and I've got some pasta out. I'm just going to do a quick bolognese because that's all I can be bothered doing at the moment. So I had gastro earlier this week and I'm sort of only just feeling normal again after that. Yeah, it knocked me around. I couldn't do anything on Tuesday and Wednesday wasn't much better. I called in sick for work on Wednesday. Tuesday was a day off, so that was kind of lucky that I managed to get sick on a day off and I didn't have to call in sick 2 days. But yeah, it's been a bit of a rough week in terms of my health. Sorry, I need to show you this cute little boy. Hello, Blaze. What are you doing, huh? Oh, you're so cute. Yeah, so I might just set the camera up and film me cooking my dinner. Dinner's finished, so I'm gonna go and sit and watch some TV. And I think that'll be it for tonight. Yeah. I might make this vlog into a fortnightly one as well, just because it's Friday and tomorrow would be my editing and posting day. So I might just hold this footage over till next week and post it. So yeah, I still have to post last week's vlog. I still haven't done that yet, so I might go and do that before I go and watch TV. And I also have to inject my Wegovy as well before I have tea. Might do that first. So I've got my mum's meds in here still as well from last week because we both take it. Yep, that's the right one, that's mine. Perfect. Needle tips, alcohol swabs. Clean the top of the pen. That's good. Bright leg last week, so left leg today. Needle tip. All the way up. It's gonna hurt this week. I feel like it is. Actually, I'm bleeding a little bit from that one. Good morning. I've just done my weigh-in. It's Monday again. So according to my board, I haven't updated you guys since the 23rd of February. So there's a few weeks there. It's been 3 weeks since then. So I'm just gonna update you guys on how I've been. I haven't done measurements in a couple of weeks, I think. So yeah, on the 23rd it was 89.25 as it says on the board there. The week after that, I weighed in on the Wednesday instead of the Monday, and I was weighing in at 89.7, so I gained 450 grams that week. So that wasn't the greatest. The following week, I weighed in on the Thursday on the 12th of March, and I was 88.05. So that was a kilo and a half, over a kilo and a half. And I've just done my weigh-in this morning, 87.3. So that's another, how much is that from last week? 750 grams from last week. So it's a fair bit of weight loss. So I'm just going to take my measurements, update my board, all of that good stuff. So my updated board. So I lost a centimetre off my bust, a centimetre off my waist, and 3 centimetres off my hips. So I'm pretty happy with that. I'm glad to see that this number is moving again though. And I think my doctor's going to be happy when I see her next week as well. Alright. So I don't start work until 2:30 today, but it's a bit of a miserable day out there, so I might do some stuff around the house today, I think. So yeah, this time last week I was, well, not this time last week, but last week I had gastro, so I didn't weigh myself on my normal weigh-in day because I wasn't here. I was in Melbourne on Monday, and then coming down with gastro, I did not want to step on a scale on Tuesday morning. So I held that off until later last week. Alright. I do have the bedding that I took off my bed the week before, on one of the days, to fold and put away, and I've got some towels that I did in that same sort of load of washing that I need to put away as well, so I might do that. So I just realised something about my weigh-in. Being under 87.5 kilos, I have gone over 25 kilos lost because the weight I was when I started a GLP-1 was 112.5 kilos. So I'm now officially more than 25 kilos down on that. It's pretty crazy. So I've just come into the studio and I've just got on the computer because I'm kind of getting sick of feeling like I'm just fitting things in where I can in my life. So I'm going to make a bit more of an in-depth planner, I think, to really like plan out my days a bit more. So I've just done a little table up with each day of the week. I think I might do fortnightly if I can fit it. Otherwise I might just do a week printout that I can stick on my wall, like laminate and stick on my wall, so I can rub it out and do the following week or fortnight, whichever it ends up being. But I'm gonna do like increments of time, and I'm gonna mark work on there, and then I'm gonna just really try and fit things in my days a bit more, because at the moment I'm kind of feeling like I'm just sort of, I feel like I have no time even though I have time. So I feel like I'm just sort of shoving things in when I get time, which I have more time than I think I do. And I think I'm just really poorly planning and time managing, and I want to get better at that. So I'm going to do up a little schedule just as a visual thing for me to be like, right, I'm doing this now and I'm doing that now, and I can plan things in rather than just doing what I do at the moment. And, when I have nothing, I sit and I play games on my phone, I scroll through social media, and I want to do better. I want to be better. I want to actually start planning life a little bit more so I have time for things instead of feeling like I don't have the time to do the things that I really want to do. So I've been thinking about it, and I think I was thinking 15-minute increments per sort of block. But that might be too much to fit in. But I'll see how it goes. Alright, I'll show you guys what I've done so far. So I've only managed to do a week. That's 15-minute increments. It's really tiny down the side there, but anyway. So I've got it to print on A3, so I have to go to Officeworks to print this. But the other thing I'm going to do to go along with it is I'm doing a little bit of a key. So I'm going to finish this up, format it, and then colour in each of the boxes next to what the thing is that I'm going to be doing. So I'm going to finish that up. My camera battery is going to die soon, so I won't be able to fully finish that, I think, on this battery. But I might update you guys later after I get it printed and I laminate it and everything and get it all set up to go. Gym time, very important, put that in. I really want to start getting back into actually getting my business off the ground completely. I've been saying it for years now and it hasn't quite happened yet. So I want to get back on social media and start advertising things. I don't really have the space at the moment to start doing nails again, start offering services again. But hopefully if Nick and I find the right rental, I might be able to start working from home a little bit. So that could be something I need to think about in the future. But yes, I want to devote more time to my business and getting things up and running again. It's going to take a bit of work though and a bit of time, so I really have to sit down and devote myself to that a little bit, I think. Alright. Right, my camera is about to die, so I'm gonna have to say goodbye for now, and I'll update you guys later on how things are progressing in terms of this and my mindset and everything that goes along with that. Alright, bye. Okay, so Ooh. Hey, Miss Moo, what are you doing? Minx really wants attention right now. So on my way to work, I went to Officeworks and I have my charts printed up. You can't really see them very well, I don't think, on the camera, but anyway, printed those, got them laminated as well. And I also got some new permanent markers to use for it. And I've also printed out a little handy key thing of all of the things that I could think of that I do in a week or a fortnight. And yeah, I'm going to sit here and plan myself out a little bit, and then I reckon when I'm done with that, I might put them on the wall over here so I can see them every day. Hey, no bites. Okay, so I'm done filling out my sheets here. So I've scheduled a handful of things in, and I've really realized how much time I do have in a week. So me saying I don't have time for things is literally just an excuse. And now it's a visual thing on my bedroom wall. So I'm going to do that. Okay. I feel like my life already has more structure and I haven't even done much. But that's the whole point. More structure. I'm going to start treating studio time like basically a second job. I'm going to schedule shifts for myself and I'm going to turn up, I'm going to show up, and I'm going to work. Because this business isn't going to get off the ground unless I actually put in the effort and I actually try. So it's time to try. And not just sit around saying, oh, I'm getting my business off the ground and hoping that it does it itself. Because that's not what a sole trader business does. So I'm going to be sitting down. I've scheduled in some time tomorrow, actually, to do some business admin type stuff. So I'm going to do some planning of some social media posts, and I'm going to plan some projects, and I'm going to really give it a good hard crack, because I do miss my business and I miss working for myself. So there's only one person that can change that, and that's me, and I am trying. I've got to find something to keep all these in. They can stay somewhere around here. Found something. My old mason jars. Drop them in there. Has a handy lid. If it falls over, they're not going to spill everywhere. I was on ChatGPT earlier, and I was getting, I don't know, business advice, I guess you could call it. I know, AI, ChatGPT. I had my thoughts about that before I sort of ventured onto it, but my mind has kind of changed on it a little bit. It's become a bit of a tool for me to use and do things here and there. But sometimes it's good to use just to bounce kind of ideas off a little bit, if that makes any sense. So I was using that earlier to sort of get some business ideas on where to go with it, because I've got a lot of things, but I feel like they weren't cohesive. But in talking with AI, I've sort of seen that there is kind of a link between the things that I do and the things that I want to do. So I'm going to work on that. I want to create a cohesive brand, and I want things from all aspects to sort of be covered under that umbrella. So yeah, that's something I'm going to definitely put at the forefront of things, is my business branding and getting it all cohesive and all the same, and, you know, really focusing myself on where I want to go and the things that I want to create and the vision that I've got for my business in my head. Because previously I've just sort of done what I wanted when I wanted, you know, different experiments with stuff and different styles of things. But I think I really want to nail down and focus more on one thing in particular. I really do love the frame binding. So I did that a few weeks ago. I filmed that for you guys, me binding a book. So I really love that binding style. It has such an aesthetic quality to it that I love. That one's this style here with the cords on the spine. And I love the aesthetic of these books and the way that they look and everything like that. So I think that might be my focus with bookbinding, because I've got all the other styles that I know how to do, but I really love this one the most. So I might focus in on just doing frame binding and just producing books like this, the grimoire sort of style, because I do love them a lot. So I've done some research on Pinterest for different ideas and inspiration and stuff for books like these, and yeah, I'd really love to get into like custom grimoire and book of shadows for, like, you know, witches out there and people who follow the Wiccan way of life. Finding those kinds of things, it can be kind of difficult and expensive. And not even like grimoires, books of shadows, things like that. Just custom journals. People that just love the aesthetic, not necessarily like witches or Wiccans or whatever you want to call them, but just people that love this aesthetic and people that, you know, just are gravitational towards the alternative and the occult and things like that. I really want to focus in on making things for that community, because as someone on the fringe of the community, like I have been most of my life, I have found it difficult to find things that fit my aesthetic, because my aesthetic isn't common, and quite often I have to go online to find things that I want in terms of even clothing. I think a lot of times alternative styles and things like that are quite expensive, and I want to make it a little more affordable for people if I can, whilst also making profit and covering costs for myself. Because at the end of the day, I do want my business to be a moneymaker and a livable wage at some point in my life. Looking down the line, looking down the track, I may need to do something work from home. I might, God forbid, might have to become Nick's carer eventually. It depends on how the MS progresses. But I might have to look at not working in my job that I work at and working from home. So I need to build these income streams that I can do from the comfort of my own home. So that includes my books, that includes my tumblers, that includes my resin art, and also even my nails, because in the future I would love to find a place where I can set up a home salon and I can work from home and I can start taking clients again, because I really do miss my nail work. I miss doing nails. I'd love to go back and finish my hairdressing training if I could. I've floated the idea of finding a hairdressing apprenticeship and, working in the industry and finishing my training and building a clientele, so that when the day comes when I have to step back and work from home, I have a client base underneath me and I can have that wage, that income, so that Nick and I can survive. Because there's no telling how long he'll be able to work. There's no telling, we can't guarantee which way his MS is going to progress. So we have to take things as they come. So that might mean me having to step back and work from home and being home more for him than, I might not have the luxury of going to a traditional job. So I want to start building that future for myself and for him. I think I might be done filming for today. Alright, I think I'm going to call it a night, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Alright, good night.